Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Srila Prabhupada Book Reading Club. This is the morning session, and we are reading Sri īšopanīšad. And today we will start mantra 5. Okay. So, and yes, there is also night session where the Prabhupada, the messenger of Lord, the book reading session is going on. And if you are attending lectures or like you are watching the recordings, then you can also find the recordings in the same channel. Okay. So let's start our session by offering the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kada Mayam Dadatim Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavancha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Sajivam साद्वैतम सावधूतम परिजन सहित कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांच हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देशतारिणे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगु लंगायते गिरि यत्कृपातहं वन्दे श्री गुरुदीनतारणं परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरं हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। So firstly we will is it okay like if we share the Srila Prabhupada shorts directly into the group, because like we also have to cover the books now, we are very slow. Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
Mataji.
Yes,
Yeah, you can directly watch it from the group. Okay, so yes, we will start with mantra 5. And alternate day we can take the revisions. Okay, like what we have. So like yesterday's point was that yes, we are the part and parcel of Lord Krishna, and like everything in this material and spiritual world is is under the control of Krishna. And like so whatever energy we have, like we have to engage that energy in Krishna's service. So like Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and and he get enjoyment by doing the leelas. So we should also take a partake in his leela. And like also the like when we are chanting, when we are serving, then also Krishna become very happy. Okay, so Hare Krishna. Snigdha Mataji.
Mataji, may I recite this
Hare
slow?
Krishna.
Okay, Muttimanikam Prabhu, you can recite.
That yajadi dannai jadi that dure that be andike that andar asya sarvasya that you sarvasya asya bhakyadah. Hare Krishna.
Very well, Prabhuji. Yes, Snigdha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The Supreme Lord walks and does not walk. He is far away, but he is very near as well. He is within everything, and yet he is outside of everything. Purport. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Here is a description of some of the Supreme Lord's transcendental activities executed by His inconceivable potencies. The contradictions given here prove that inconceivable potencies of the Lord, He walks and He does not walk ordinarily. If someone can walk, it is illogical to say he cannot walk. But in reference to God, such a contradiction simply serves to indicate his inconceivable power. With our limited fund of knowledge, we cannot accommodate such contradictions, and therefore we conceive of the Lord in terms of our limited powers of understanding. For example, the impersonalist philosophers of the Mayavada school accept only the Lord's impersonal activities and reject his personal feature. But the members of the Bhagavata school, adopting the perfect conception of the Lord, accept his inconceivable potencies and thus understand that he is both personal and impersonal. The Bhagavatas know that without inconceivable potencies, there can be no meaning to the word Supreme Lord. We should not take it for granted that because we cannot see God with our eyes, the Lord has no personal existence. The Sri Upanishad refutes this argument by declaring that the Lord is far away but very near also. The abode of the Lord is beyond the material sky, and we have no means to measure even this material sky. If the material sky extends so far, then what to speak of the spiritual sky, which is altogether beyond it? That is the that the spiritual sky is situated far, far away from the material universe is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 15.6. But despite the Lord's being so far away, he can at once, within less than a second, descend before us with a speed swifter than that of the mind or wind. He can also run so swiftly that no one can surpass him. This has already been described in the previous mantra.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Mataji.
Mata.
Thank you, Mataji. So yes,
Hare.
now we are seeing the energy, like in last sloka we also see now like what are the energies of Krishna, like internal potency, external potency, and the marginal potency. So yes, like everything in this universe is run by Krishna's energy, and we also seen that like Prabhupada quoting many times, like Krishna has the potency that he can transfer the matter into spirit and spirit into the matter. Okay, so yes, like here we so people Mayavada school says that the Krishna is only impersonal, or it's absolute truth is only energy, there is no personal feature. So like but Isha Upanishad refute all this by explaining the personal feature of a Lord. Okay, so here like it is stated that Krishna can walk and Krishna don't walk. So how this is possible now? Like if I say this book is near to me, and how I can say this is far away from me, right? So these are the totally contradictory, na? Krishna is a far away, and as well as he is a very near to us. So he is present in everything, and at the same time he is outside of everything. So we can also see na, like in a personal form Lord can walk, in an impersonal form Krishna cannot walk. Okay, and like when he is near, when we will see in a further in a purport that yes, Krishna seated in in our heart in a form of a super soul Paramatma, and he is like very closest to the jiva. Okay, and how he is apart, he is just situated in a spiritual sky, then he is very far away from us. And for those devotees, he is very closer, and for the non-devotees he is a very far far away. Okay, and he is a present in everything, in a form of a Paramatma, he is all pervading in in this material world, and he is outside also, he is also in a like a spiritual sky, and we can also see in a form of a Mahavishnu. Okay, so yes, so like when we say only when I see the things, when you give me the evidence, and like when I experiment, then only I accept. Okay, like if anything is not inconceivable to the my mind, and then I won't accept it. If I anything I am not seeing from my eyes, then I will not accept it. Okay, so this tendency means you are a fool or you are a loser. Okay, it means like whatever fitting to my logic, that only I accept. So similarly, like on my hand there will be like thousands of microbes, but simply by seeing from my like this eyes, I cannot see that microbes. But if I place my hand under the like a microscope, then I may able to see. And like in the lights there are like 7 components. There are UV rays also, there are different types of infrared rays. But from this material eyes, we are not able to even see the material things na. Even we are not able to distinguish between they like okay, this is the UV light, this is the infrared light. So how we can see, like if I can see the Lord, then only I will believe in a personal form of Lord. This is not possible, because we are having the imperfect senses and we can easily get illusion. Okay, we have these 4 kinds of defects. So like for everything, like we don't have to ask the proofs. Okay, so yes, so from this what we can see, we shouldn't be we shouldn't be proud of our intelligence na. Okay, I am intelligent because like I have seen the personal form, then only I will below the inner like. And in the last to last purport we have seen now, there is a para prakriti, this is the inferior energy of Krishna na, in which like uh, mind, intelligence, ego, this all are also material. And from this material things, how you can understand transcendental? Okay, this is not possible. So okay, by doing experiment we cannot understand Krishna. So, and by doing the experiment we cannot understand the absolute truth. Then what is the right way to understand absolute truth? Then what is the highest pramana? That is a shastra pramana. Okay, Krishna has given you shastras, that by reading the shastra, by studying the shastras, you can understand the absolute truth, our real nature. Okay, and among the shastras, among the shastras, which is the highest? That Srimad Bhagavatam, because Srila Vyasadeva write this in his maturity. Okay, so yes, and Srimad Bhagavatam is called as a spotless Purana by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, and it is also known as the Chakravarti or Imperial Pramana. Okay, so yes, like when we say that, like when I see the things, then only I will believe. It means you are a narrow-minded, because there are many things, even in this material world, from this physical eyes, you cannot see them. So like what to speak about the transcendental things, you are not able to see. And even to see the God, you need to purify your consciousness, and you have to purify your senses. And how this purification does, by engaging our senses in Krishna's service, then purification of senses happens. Okay, purification of purification of our consciousness happens. And in a Bhagavad Gita 15.15, what Krishna says, that he is the only one who can be known through this, through the Vedas. Okay, but most of the people, there is a karma kanda. Like if you do this, you will get this results. So people get attracted to this, very beautiful and very sweet language of karma kanda. But beyond that, there is a jnana kanda. And how even we will get the knowledge, but how we will receive the knowledge? By the mercy of a pure devotee. Yes, like it happened in a case of me. In our home also, there is a Bhagavad Gita copy of a Srila Prabhupada. Okay, given by Srila Prabhupada, but I didn't understand anything. It was simply stay there. When I come, when I join the classes, then only I can understand. Even there are Bhagavad Gita shlokas everywhere. Okay, Bhagavad Gita, there are more than thousand versions are there, but no one can understand the Bhagavad Gita until and unless they get the mercy of a pure devotee. And we can see that Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee. Okay, and when we come under his shelter by chanting 16 rounds, by following 4 regulative principles, by following his instruction, we are taking the shelter of the Srila Prabhupada. And as we say, the a mercy flow according to one's sincerity. So when we become very sincere in our sadhana, when we become very sincere in following instructions of our guru, then this mercy will automatically come. Okay, so we don't have to beg for a mercy. Yes, we have to, but firstly you have to act for that mercy, so that your actions should attract the mercy. Okay, so yes, so in the starting we have this itching na, oh, why I should give up the onion and garlic? What is something that in that onion and garlic, and why should I give up the like a tea and coffee, and why should I accept the, like Krishna as the supreme lord? And like even like when that chapter begins now, like all are the demigods and Krishna is the only supreme. The most of the devotees, like the attendance of a class, they drop the class because they are not able to accept, in starting there is itching. Why should I read Bhagavatam? Why should I chant the Krishna's name only? But we have to tolerate this itching. Okay, like we have the many question why, or like what happened, like etc etc. But we have to tolerate this itching. Okay, and how we can tolerate this itching? By serving the pure devotee. When we get the mercy of a pure devotee, then we can tolerate this itching. And like but some people, they are not able to tolerate this itching, and they in early phase, they give up the classes and learning of a Bhagavad Gita. They are the most like unfortunate jivas. Okay, because Krishna has given you the chance, but you are not taking the benefit. Okay, even I hear the same in a lecture where, like, okay, like by you are not qualified to get initiation. Like no one is even like everyone who get the initiation, they are not qualified. Krishna make you qualified, the guru make you qualified to take the initiation. And like depend on your sincerity, you will get the benefits of that. Okay, when even if you take the initiation and you are not sincere in your practice, you are not sincere in your sevas, in your sadhana, then like there is no use. Okay, everything depends on our sincerity. Okay, so yes, Mayavadi people, they accept only the impersonal feature. And like they are the offenders of a lord because they are not accepting the personal form of a lord. And but the Bhagavata school students, they accept both the impersonal and a personal form of a Lord Krishna. Okay, so Hare Krishna, Sureshwari Mataji, can
Hare
you
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
read?
Yes,
Yes.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yet, when the personality of Godhead comes before us, we neglect him. Such foolish negligence is condemned by the Lord in the Bhagavad Gita 9.11, where he says that the foolish deride him, considering him a mortal being. He is not a mortal being, nor does he come before us with a body produced of material nature. There are many so-called scholars who contend that the Lord descends in a body made of matter, just like an ordinary living being. Not knowing his inconceivable power, such foolish men place the Lord on an equal level with ordinary men. Because he is full of inconceivable potencies, God can accept our service through any sort of medium, and he can convert his different potencies according to his own will. Non-believers argue either that the Lord cannot incarnate himself at all, or that if he does, he descends in a form of material energy. These arguments are nullified if we accept the existence of the Lord's inconceivable potencies. Then we will understand that even if the Lord appears before us in the form of material energy, it is quite possible for him to convert this energy into spiritual energy. Since the source of the energies is one and the same, the energies can be utilized according to the will of their source. For example, the Lord can appear in the form of Archa Vigraha, a deity supposedly made of earth, stone, or wood. Deity forms, although engraved from wood, stone, or other matter, are not idols as the iconoclasts contend. In our present state of imperfect material existence, we cannot see the Supreme Lord due to imperfect vision. Yet those devotees who want to see him by means of material vision are favored by the Lord, who appears in a so-called material form to accept his devotee service. One should not think that such devotees who are in the lowest stage of devotional service are worshipping an idol. They are actually worshipping the Lord, who has agreed to appear before him in an approachable way. Nor is the archa form fashioned according to the whims of the worshipper. This form is eternally existent with all paraphernalia. This can be actually felt by a sincere devotee, but not by an atheist. In the Bhagavad Gita 4.11, the Lord says, how he treats his devotee depends on the devotee's degree of surrender. The Lord reserves the right not to reveal himself to anyone and everyone, but to show himself only to those souls who surrender unto him. Thus, for the surrendered soul, he is always within reach, whereas for the unsurrendered soul, he is far, far away and cannot be approached. Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. So yes, like out of mercy, okay, out of mercy to reclaim the jiva, like Krishna is saying, we are the childs of Krishna, and Krishna is saying we are suffering, and out of mercy to like he is coming in this material world, he is doing leela, so we can get attracted towards the Krishna. Okay, so out of mercy he is coming, but foolish people think that Krishna is the same like me. Krishna has material body and Krishna can be died. No, like Krishna, even he comes in this like material world, he's a completely transcendental. He can never be under control of a three modes of nature because he is a controller of this three modes of nature. Okay, so like foolish man even think that like a Lord is equal to them and like they can surpass the Lord, but this is not possible. Like even like we see in a Bhagavad Gita, no one can be equal to the Krishna and no one can be higher than a Krishna. Okay, so yes, like and Krishna, like we can see this inconceivable potency. Like we cannot conceive these potencies, like and why we should accept like why we should accept someone who is having the same potencies as like us. Like, but yes, like we have to accept the Krishna because like his potencies are inconceivable. He's a different from me. He's not similar to me. Okay, so yes, like Krishna can accept the service through any medium, and out of mercy, like he come in a form of a archa vigraha. Like whatever deities we see in a temple, they are non-different from the Krishna and Radharani. They are non-different from the Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and they are not different from the God and I. Okay, but when we conceive them as a some made up of a stone, paper, wood, then like we are not able to see the Krishna in that. Okay, so we should have this thing like completely saying like in a Pandharpur, like like there is only one offense, that like when we think that they are made of a stone or like they are murtis. Actually the Panduranga Bhagwan and Rukmini Mai, they are actually present there, but when one think that they are made of a stone and like they are not present there, they are a murti. Okay, uh, then it is considered as an offense. Okay, so similarly when we go in a temple and when we say that okay they are the like made of a stone or they are made of a marble or they are made of some like wood, then you are creating offense because they are not different from the Lord. Okay, and why he comes in this material form, like out of mercy. Okay, like out of mercy he is a coming, like he is coming there to accept the service from the devotees. Okay, so like we can see how merciful Krishna is, like even to accept the service of like devotees, he is coming in a form of like coming in a so-called material form. Why it is called so-called? Because actually it is not a material form. Okay, we can also see now like a recent example, like when the like when a Ram Lala's like a deity, like before placing in a temple, the like his facial expression was, everything was very different, and like after placing, like everything changes. Because like during the ceremony process, like Ram Lala actually come in that form. So when we think that it is a murti, then it is offense. Okay, Lord Krishna, like Radharani, everyone actually comes in that form. Okay, so, yes, worshipping the Lord who has agreed to appear before them in an approachable way. So, okay, we are having the material senses. Our consciousness is completely corrupted with this material sense gratification. Then, like, how we can approach the Krishna? So, Krishna, out of a mercy, he come in an approachable way. Like, how we can serve a impersonal form of a Krishna? So, he comes in a personal form, like in a form of a Archa Vigraha. So, we can like serve him. We can offer the food. We can we can decorate them, we can dress them, like we can make the garlands from them, and he accepts. Okay, when we do with a pure love and pure devotion, then Krishna accepts. Okay, and like to whom he is coming only for a sincere devotees. Okay, we also see the examples of a Sakshi Gopal, we also seen the examples of a Khir Chora Gopinath. Okay, so yes, they are not just a deities. Okay, even like there is one verse in a Chaitanya Charitamrita, like like it states that you are not a murti or you are not a deity, you are a sakshat Vrajendra Nandan. Okay, So yes, we need to be sincere to understand this. And in Bhagavad Gita also, like Krishna says, what Krishna says, like I treat the devotee depends on the degree of a surrender. Okay, Krishna reciprocate. Okay, Krishna reciprocate according to our sincerity. So when we become very sincere, and what is meant by surrender? Surrender means you are following the instructions of Lord Krishna, and like Krishna become more pleased when we follow the instructions of his pure devotee. So simply by following the instruction, this is the one sign of a surrenderness. Okay. And Krishna doesn't reveal himself to anyone. Like even like he should show the Vishwarupa, even the 400 form, 200 form. But like there are like a lot of peoples on this battleground, but no one has seen. Only Arjuna can see because like Krishna revealed to him. So by personal endeavors, we cannot understand Krishna, or by personal endeavors, we cannot understand Krishna. Like when Krishna want to reveal himself, then only we can understand. And like to get the mercy, get the mercy of a pure devotees, to get the mercy of Krishna, like we should endeavor, because like this is the only thing which is in our hand. By following the instruction, by doing our sadhana properly, we can attract the mercy. We can also see the that sparrow and the ocean story na? Like when sparrow was endeavoring very hard, then only he attract the mercy of a pure devotee like Garuda, and like then she got his goal. So like when we are become very sincere in our sadhana, then from that ocean we can get our like Krishna consciousness. Ocean is compared to the Maya. And when we endeavor very hard in our sadhana, in our seva, then we attract the attention of a pure devotee, and by their mercy we can take our Krishna consciousness from the Maya Devi. Okay. So yes, uh, and yes, this last statement, na, like yes, Krishna is always near to us. For whom? Like who are the surrender souls. Krishna is very closer to them, and like it is very easy to reach the Krishna. Okay, and for the unsurrendered souls, Krishna is very very far away. Okay, Hare Krishna, Sharmila Mataji.
Hare Krishna
Can you read?
Mataji. Yes, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In this connection, two words, the revealed scriptures often apply to the Lord. Saguna with qualities and Nirguna without qualities are very important. The word Saguna does not imply that when the Lord appears with perceivable qualities, he must take on a material form and be subject to the laws of material nature. For him, there is no difference between the material and spiritual energies because he is the source of all energies. As a controller of all energies, he cannot at any time be under their influence as we are. The material energy works according to his direction. Therefore, he can use that energy for his purposes without ever being influenced by any of the qualities of that energy. In this sense, he is nirguna, without qualities. Nor does the Lord become a formless entity at any time, for ultimately he is the eternal form, the primeval Lord. His impersonal aspect or Brahman effulgence is but the glow of his personal rays, just as the sun's rays are the glow of the sun god. When the child saint Prahlad Maharaj was in the presence of his father asked him, "Where is your God?" When Prahlada replied that God resides everywhere, the father angrily asked whether his God was within one of the pillars of the palace, and the child said yes. At once the atheist king shattered the pillar in front of him to pieces, and the Lord instantly appeared as Nrsimha, the half man, half lion incarnation, and killed the atheist king. Thus, the Lord is within everything and He creates everything by His different energies. Through His inconceivable powers, He can appear at any place in order to favor His sincere devotee. Lord Narasimha appeared from within the pillar not by the order of the atheist king, but by the wish of his devotee Prahlada. An atheist cannot order the Lord to appear, but the Lord will appear anywhere and everywhere to show mercy to his devotee. The Bhagavad Gita 4.8 similarly states that the Lord appears in order to vanquish non believers and protect believers. Of course, the Lord has sufficient energies and agents who can vanquish atheists, but it pleases Him to personally favor a devotee. Therefore, He descends as an incarnation. Actually, He descends only to favor His devotees and not for any other purpose. In the Brahma Samhita 5.35, it is said that Govinda, the primeval Lord, enters everything by his plenary portion. He enters the universe as well as all the atoms of the universe. He is outside in his Virat form and is within everything as Antaryami. As Antaryami, he witnesses everything that is going on and he awards us the results of our actions as Karma Phala. We ourselves may forget what we have done in previous lives, but because the Lord witnesses our actions, the results of our actions are always there, and we have to undergo the reactions nonetheless. In fact, the fact is that there is nothing but God within and without. Everything is a manifestation of His different energies, like the heat and light emanating from a fire. And in this way, there is a oneness among His diverse energies. Although there is oneness, however, the Lord is in His personal form still enjoys unlimitedly all the pleasures enjoyed minutely by the tiny part and parcel living entities. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. So yes, Krishna is this Mayavadi say that Krishna is a nirguna, means they are without any qualities, means he is only energy. But this is not a fact, na? Like his Krishna is called as a nirguna, or absolute truth is known as a nirguna because he's not under the control of three modes of nature. He is a transcendental. That's the reason he is called as a nirguna. He is above these gunas. Okay. And Saguna means he has some qualities. He is having the personal features. So yes, Prabhupada says here that okay, yes, Lord is present everywhere, and Lord is present within everything. But we should have the eyes to see the Lord everywhere. Okay, and in a Bhagavad Gita there is very beautiful chapter in which Krishna says that I am a taste of water, I am just I am a sun, I am a moon. So yes, we should go through that chapter, and we can whenever we see the scene, okay, this is my Krishna, these are the eyes of my Krishna. When we are drinking water, okay, we can see, okay, the Krishna is the taste of water. And when we are eating the vegetables, then we can see, okay, Krishna is the one who is feeling the rasa in these vegetables. So everything we can connect with the Krishna. And the example of a Prahlad Maharaj is given. So when Hiranyakashipu ordered the Vishnu, come in front of me, Krishna doesn't come, Vishnu doesn't come, but he comes to protect his pure devotee Narasimha. So so we cannot order Krishna to be present before us. Okay, out of mercy Krishna comes, okay, come in front of a devotee. So in a Bhagavad Gita also there is a statement na, Krishna appears, or Lord Vishnu appears to vanish the non-believers and protect the believers. So actually he has a lot of energy, lot of energies, lot of potency. He doesn't need personally come to kill the foolish people, okay, simply by doing the chutki, or he can kill anyone. But why he is coming? Actually he is coming to protect his pure devotees, okay, and personally show favor to his pure devotees, okay. That's why he descends down to protect the pure devotees and show some show some love to devotees. And here in this paragraph, there is one line: he can appear at any place in order to favor his sincere devotee. The for where we have to stress that sincere devotee. Yes, what is lacking in our life, there is no lacking of Krishna consciousness. We are having Srila Prabhupada books. There are thousands and lakhs of Bhagavatam lectures available on YouTube. You have many copies of a Bhagavatam, many copies of a Srila Prabhupada books. There is no question of association. There will be nearby, you will have the temple. And even if you don't have the temple, what we are doing, we are taking the association of each other. We are taking the association of Lord Krishna. We are taking the association of a Prabhupada through his books. So there is no question of association. Krishna has providing you everything out of mercy, or by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we are having everything. So there is no lack of a Krishna consciousness. Only one thing lacked. Only one thing is lacking. That is our sincerity. That is our sincerity to our sadhana, sincerity to read the books, sincerity to serve. Okay. So yes, and the next paragraph, what Prabhupada says in a Brahma Samhita, like yes, Krishna is called as Antaryami. Krishna is present within our heart, like within our heart. What he is doing? He is doing simply like like there is one analogy in a Bhagavad Gita also. It is stated in a purport where like yes, on the one branch they are like on one tree there are like two birds. One who is eating the fruits means he's trying to enjoy, he's trying to do the sense gratification, and other bird he's just simply sitting, okay, he's just simply coming out of mercy, okay, he is not leaving us alone because he know how rascal we are like, so he is coming there and he is witnessing like whatever thoughts coming in our mind, whatever desires coming in our mind, like he's observing every desire, every thought, and then what he do, he awards the result according to our action or our according to our karma phala. So like Krishna is sitting in a form of a Paramatma, he has one diary and like he note every desire of us, and then he encourage us to gather some pious karma, and so having some currency, then like you can fulfill your desire. So like one thing we can pray to the Krishna, oh Krishna, like for the thousands of years or millions of years you are staying like you are staying with me and you are recording my every foolish material desire. Can you please erase all the desires and like can you please note down only one desire to, like I just want to serve you. Okay, we should pray in this way because like we don't know what the foolish and what the rascal desires we are having. Okay, even in a chanting, like what kind of desires we are having, what all the material things, like we have to pray, please remove all these material desires, please clean all the things, and there should be only one desire, that I should serve you. Okay, only by doing this desire we can go back to the Godhead. Prabhupada in one lecture he said, simply by desiring you can go back to the Godhead, and simply by desiring you can rot in this material world. Okay, so like there is one thing, that is a sincerity. Okay, so we don't know whatever things we did in a past life, but this life we can we can pray to the Krishna, and like when we clap our hands, that our line changes. Okay, that is 24/7 we have to remember Krishna, then only our line changes. Krishna, like when we chant the Krishna's name, then Krishna, like from the Chitragupta to the Krishna, like our like karma account gets shifted, and then like Krishna manage accordingly. Okay, then like we don't have to ask when we surrender to Krishna, then why we don't have to ask why this happening to me. Everything is happening according to Krishna's plan, and everything is under the control of Krishna. So like only one thing is lacking, that is our sincerity to follow the instructions. Okay, so I think today we can end here. So Hare Krishna everyone. I hope the session is very useful for me. But takeout is that yes, Krishna is a present everywhere, but I don't have the eyes to see Krishna. And like I can see Krishna when my senses get purified, when my consciousness get purified. For that, I have to follow the path of a devotional service. And only one thing is lacking in my life, that out of Prabhupada and mercy, Prabhupada has provided everything, okay, but only one thing is lacking, that is my sincerity. Okay, you can also write down your whatever takeout point you are taking. Okay, and you should keep the diary with you. Okay, I also write down the points. Okay, so please utilize every moment in Krishna's service. Okay, by engaging your senses in Krishna's service. Rushikena Rushikesha Sevanam. So Hare Krishna everyone. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, happy Krishna conscious day.
Hare Krishna Mata.
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare
Thank you so
Krishna.
much.
धन्यवाद.
Hare Krishna.